Do you want a full reference number? 646. The line out process of big way. Walk in there. Do you want a full reference number? 646. The line out process of big way. Walk in there. Do you want a full reference number? 646. The line out process of big way. Walk in there. Do you want a full reference number? 646. The line out process of big way. Walk in there. Do you want a full reference number? 646. The line out process of big way. Walk in there. Do you want a full reference number? 646. The line out process of big way. Walk in there.
Oh fuck. Listen, it's the same sampling audio they have. Where the fuck am I? Who knows? Don't worry about it. Just give me like 2 seconds. I promise. I'm here. I'm definitely here. Just gotta. Oh, speaking of Amori, hi. Well, the nugget is right here. Howdy. How's it going, gamers? How y'all living? How y'all thriving? How's it hanging? Oh, fuck, I forgot to put this... I entirely forgot to put the credits of the person who made this model in my fucking thingy. Hang on, I can do that real quick. I can do that real fast. Shit, this is the wrong thing. I'm already fucking it up. But I did not make this model. Just a heads up. This is a pre-made model that someone else made. I just recolored it. Because I wanted it to fit me. Normally it's in black and white. That's also why Janae is slightly pinker than usual. I spent way too long changing every individual texture on this. And now here we are. We're gaming. We're thriving. I'm a Mori, kind of, not really. I'm way too colorful to be a Mori. Gaming. Exactly. You get it. You get it. Let me move me and Janae over a little bit. Yeah, Mori hair movement. This is the person who made this model. I am using the paid version because I wanted to support the artist because they worked really fucking hard on it. This is a customizable model that you can download. They also have a free version. And yeah, you can just fucking customize it and make it look how you want. It does have like set like hair sliders and everything, but otherwise I think I got it to work pretty well for me. Granted, like I said, I did have to go and like edit all the textures to properly represent my colors, but it's fine. I like how it turned out. It's very funky and funny and fresh. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down in my about because I need to credit them because they are an incredible artist and an incredible rigger. Where the fuck is my steez at? This isn't gonna be the main model from now on or anything like that. This is just for funsies, you know? Just every now and then until I get my new model rigged and everything. I haven't been actually working on it very much lately because I've been very dejected about my internet being stupid, which is very frustrating. It's so fucking frustrating and I don't know why it was acting that way all last week, but hey, now it seems to be pretty stable. Hopefully I'm right and it doesn't go crazy again. And we can actually hang out and stream and do things. Because I feel like I have been shirking that a lot because I haven't been able to. So when we talk about customizable models with people who are aspiring VTubers, we are talking about like these kind that you can fully customize to make look like however you want. And like there is like just like a main customization it has. So like if I hit this toggle, it goes to the main thing. I didn't recolor all of the textures because I don't plan on using all of them right now. But this is how it normally looks. This is how it looks with me customize it. I have a knife hand, but I'm not going to be toggling that very often anyway. And then this is how it could look with somebody else. This is how I made Tsitsi, who is Amber's partner. But like, because I textured it and colored it to be my colors, it's gonna be in my colors. It's got like sliders for eyes and hair and all that fun stuff. You can even have sharp teeth if you want to, if you're into that kind of thing. Yeah, Aubrey hair. This model is only just called Mo. I don't know if it's meant to be Amori inspired, but like that's what everybody, you know, equates it to just because of the funny lines and everything and the way it's colored. I think that's entirely fair though. Like it may not have been the artist's like original idea, but either way it works out if you're planning on like streaming Amori or something like that, which I do plan on streaming in the future. I never finished Amori when I first started playing it, but I want to play it all the way through. I got scared, so I stopped playing. Yeah! Brody showed me how to do this. The funny yellow shading in the back. Ah. Want to know a secret to that, though? Where the fuck is it? It's just me. Fully yellow. But it looks really cute and I like it. Hi, Melon. How are you today? I'm gonna give Melon a funky little shout out. Pith baby, how fucking dare you? Yeah, I heard you're dying. I'm sorry that you're dying. Giving Melon a shout
what's your
out.
stream rating, by the way?
That's old.
Like stream rating?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Shit.
Not what I meant.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What's your stream rating? Really good.
Really good.
Oh, it's 18 plus. 18 plus.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God.
Yes. Stream rating. I literally looked, I'm like, oh, it's excellent.
Steph, can you flip that? The confidence of they're really good.
It's all good.
I mean, I could have told you that.
I would love to play Dead by Daylight with Sawyer again sometime. I don't have Dead by Daylight installed right now though, so you know. Not the ads! Also, I apologize for no Grounded the last couple weeks. We've had bumps in the road as far as that goes. Amber was busy with Father's Day stuff on Friday, and I don't think we played the last week because I don't remember. Either way, I'm not sure if I would have been able to play on last Friday, because of my internet problems. But they seem to be doing better now. It seems to be doing pretty A-okay. We'll have to see when we get like 30 minutes in, an hour in, all that fun stuff. If it doesn't want to cooperate, I can and will go feral. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, also, a fun little tidbit that I learned with this model is that I can actually do certain things that were originally only supposed to be available to iPhone users. So I can do the funny mouth movements. And I think that's really neat. I can't do the cheek puffs though. I think my cheeks are too chubby for that. I got the chubby cheeks. Or it just doesn't work because, you know, not iPhone in general. But I can do the funny X movement with my mouth. So I'm probably gonna end up rigging that for my model, my new one that I'm working on still. Which, by the way, I did top off the goal we have so it doesn't like run out in 2 days. I expected to be streaming way more. Apparently, that wasn't gonna happen. Yippee! And maybe later I'll help Melon set this up for themselves, if Melon wants me to help them set it up. Because I did tell Melon that it's a very long and annoying process getting all the colors to work. But I feel like Melon could do it way better than me anyway. Yeah, just let me know, Melon. Yell at me, punch me, poke me with a knife. Do whatever you want. Yell at me, poke me, punch me, poke me with a knife. Nod. Anyway. By the way, let me know if the game is too loud. I'm not sure if it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm always violent.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Don't
telling
parable
him
my
which buttons to
Stanley. How
push,
fucking dare
how
you?
long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Imagine having an office job. Couldn't be me. I'd get fired immediately for needing to go pee so much.
As though he had been made exactly for this job.
Jack, this is your
Stanley
prickles.
Was happy.
Look at this dude in his fucking cubicle.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour.
That's how I
when he
type. What the
realized
fuck,
that not
Melon?
One single
Fuck you.
order had arrived on the monitor for him to
I
follow.
hunch over my desk and I
No
go
one
boop,
had
boop,
showed
boop,
up
boop,
to
boop,
give
boop,
him
boop, 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 boop.
instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete
Yeah, hunt and peck. You get it, you get it.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What if I don't? Oh. I was expecting for it to be a toggle for some reason. F1. F1. Okay, F1 does nothing. Anyway, I've never actually played Stanley Parable. I'm just a little guy. I only just started playing. Sorry to tell you that. I just got here. I'm really chief. But I'll click on it.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5
No.
times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose
I got
you
this.
were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants
Listen.
recognition.
don't belittle me. I'll keep going. Don't test
I
me.
have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for
Don't test
only a
me.
few cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm autistic. I'll keep going. I love clicking things.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to
Hey.
see commitment, a willingness
E
to go
and
all
clicking.
the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Who? Nah. I'm stubborn. Let me in! Okay, fine. I'll go to door 417. What's it? Ow. Hi, Amber! How are you today, Amber? Now I need to give Amber a shout out. What bandits? What bandits?
When you're done with that, talk to the handler.
I talked to the
Okay.
favorite woman.
Wait, what
Okay.
door was it again?
Being sarcastic.
Gohan has a crush on her.
Oh.
I want you to
417, right?
Never mind. I was ready.
Hello? Aha! Dawn does have a crush on her.
Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
I know numbers. I know numbers so good. I know so many numbers, like 2 and 3
Now, back
and
to
8.
door number 437.
Okay, God.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where's the hi?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're winning. We're winning the fucking game.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Okay.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the
Yeah.
line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Okay.
We've almost got it!
Yeah.
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
I'm going! I'm going!
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud
skull
of
cat?
how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I did it. I win. I won the video game. The animal pack I have is based on, I believe, Animal Royale. Yeah. It's just got more animals in it than Animal Royale offers. Because it was the best animal pack I could find.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why does this have a fucking keyboard sound? Down below in the About Me section, there is a little panel that says Stream Avatars. And you can pick whatever avatar you want from there. Unfortunately, some of the avatars, the accessories don't work very well. Tangia went. Did you think Tangia didn't go? I heard it. Did you not hear it? I heard it just fine. Hang on. Dreamcore had a stroke again? Really? Huh? Wait. Why didn't the sound play? What the fuck? What the fuck? Pangaea, you good? Hang on, let me check that really quick. Maybe it's trying to use Grodies? But I don't think it should be. Yeah, Streamcore did in fact have a stroke. I don't know why. I mentioned that at the beginning of stream, and I was like, yeah, sorry about that, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Interaction. Yes. Oh fuck, my TTS is broken. What the fuck? No, my TTS. I would have to re-record all of that again. Fuck. Unless I saved it. Hang on. I might still have the recording I did originally. Hang on. Hang on. It might be here somewhere. Is it this one? Oh, I found it! Hang on. Delete model interaction. Hang on, I got this. We're taking a little bit of a detour at the moment to get my TTS thing back up. Fancy Pants Adventure? What is Fancy Pants Adventure? Bro? What is Fancy Pants? I'm curious. Tell me. Tell me now! Okay. 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 Waits oh so patiently. Pangea? Are you broken today? That'd be shocking if it were. No, yeah, I think Tangia's just broken today. Hang on, I'll go turn off that interaction. Like the website is broken too. Otherwise, I'd be playing my TTS. Which is very weird. I wouldn't expect that to just like break on its own. Cause like the notification audio is playing, just not the TTS. So weird. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's just gone now. Because I deleted it and re-uploaded it. Well, okay then. Whatever you say, Tangia. Anyway, what door did it want me to go through? I'm going through this one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth
Wink.
admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all,
Wink.
just to spend a few moments here
Wink.
in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
Wink.
room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'll drink something all in a minute. I mean, what?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
That coffee nut!
A room so utterly captivating.
Don't drink that.
That even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Well,
It's
sometimes you need to
possible
have a break
that
in a
this
break
is
room,
why
okay?
Everyone left.
Don't be rude. God.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and
Rude
took the
ass
first open door on
bitch.
his left to get back to business.
Do you want to go into the creepy storage room or do you want to go in here? That's a big boy question now, isn't it? I'm going in here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But there's a button! I am in a union. The Nugget Union.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Your mom's left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You guys are gonna close the door on me.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
You bite your boss in the ass and say, "Hey, fuck you. You can't overwork me."
Let's see, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Eddie, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it very much. Good job. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Oh no, someone got fired.
Oh,
Someone called the
who am
union.
I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time?
Yeah,
trying
Twitch is
to
always
solve
weird about it.
synopsis, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time,
Don't touch
suppose
me.
we don't wander so far off track,
I'll do as I
Okay,
please.
From the top.
One more time. With feeling. Fuck.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Blah. Listen, I wanted to touch the fucking big red button. You can't tell me what to do.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all
Bitch,
the
I couldn't
monitors?
touch anything.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
Bro, trying to blame
Well,
me
that's
right
you.
now?
I'm
Fuck
the one
you.
who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
Listen, Mr. Narrator, you fucked up, not me.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Well, I mean, before you said go to the left door, so we'll go to the left door. Oh. I'm in the back rooms now. What the fuck? We're in the back rooms now, gamers. Sorry to say. What if I just don't? Oh. Hello?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Don't
Well,
touch
I find
me.
it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ah, he touched me! Son of a bitch, I was exploring!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I just want to explore. Is that so much to ask for, Mr. Narrator?
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Yeah!
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Why don't you suck these nuts? My cock and ball. Not Home Alone. Surname access. Oh, I turned off my computer.
Aha! I knew we'd miss
Listen, just don't be Home Alone. Invite
story.
somebody over.
Here it
Like a dog or a
comes.
cat.
No, wait.
Or
never
something
mind.
worse.
Not the story.
A la
Okay,
Cultura.
let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Can't tell me what to do, Mr. Narrator. I'm in a union.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Ow. I whacked my mic.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
Wanna play rock, paper, scissors?
You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Woo!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
I won! Look at all this black mold.
No, I don't feel right about
Blum.
this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Bitch. You have 2 dogs? Good. Go take a nap with them.
All right.
That sounds like a
I've
lovely
got
time, right?
solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Listen, the adventure is my adventure, therefore I get to do as I please. Hot cocoa? I want some fucking hot cocoa. Man. Even though every time I drink hot cocoa, I feel like my stomach is about to burst. Not in a fun way. That's not a number. That's also not a number.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
I don't like being told what to
Now,
do.
if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music.
Aw,
Go
you
back
fucking
and look
bitch!
at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It's like when my partner tells me to pay attention to something in One Piece, and then I immediately forget 5 seconds later. Anyway.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable,
I
right?
could
The
take a
story?
screenshot.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Yeah!
Oh,
Hey.
no, not again. Line, how could you
Woo!
have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No! This is where I had to be all along! Come on, you bitch! Slimy son of a bitch-ass fucking... Wink.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What? I was putting on my androgynous badge.
Now, yes, this
My badge
is
of androgyny.
exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
I want to go this way.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Yep. This sure is a story. I bought some not too long ago, along with a new bag. Since I haven't owned a bag in a long fucking time, I'm just gonna stick them on there and go out in public and be like, "Yeah, I'm gay. What about it?" And everybody can be uncomfortable with me. Because I'm already uncomfortable being in public. They can be uncomfortable with me being gay as fuck.
Oh, no, not you again.
Lick it.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
But it's my friend. And it's lemon flavored. Hiss.
Ah, a choice.
Oh.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
You mean my destiny? I'm gonna go to this door. Okay, fuck you then.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Ooh, a chair!
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Yeah.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
Yeah.
Wall. Well,
It's all your
you
fault.
consulted me. Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
It's all your
It
fault.
can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on.
What in the
I don't want to be trapped
existentialism?
like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna sit here.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I think we're stuck here, man.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
Hello, Cal.
They're
Welcome
always saying
back.
that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Ha 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 ha. I didn't like that noise.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't like that noise. It scared the piss out of me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll go in the door on the left. We're gaming.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
Yeah,
a wave
the
of
piss.
disbelief,
What
Stanley
about it?
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, there's a projector. I want to turn it off. Come here. Come here, you bitch! Come here! Okay. Thanks so much for the zippies. Time to hydrate. Let's not do this again now, Sam. I swear to God. Do you want me getting up 10 times during the stream and pissing my pants? Come on now! Let's not! I can and will go feral. Cease and desist! nope, nope. I'm not doing another one. You're wasting your points. Nope, nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he
Nope.
turned around and got back on track.
Nope. Mono, you're just wasting your points right now. Not happening.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going downstairs.
But Stanley just he considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred
Being
to
beaten
Stanley.
up.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Who peed?
All of my coworkers for no reason at all.
Why isn't my
None of it
Zavolto
made any
playing?
logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this,
Hello?
he began to make other strange observations. For example,
Oh, I know
why
why.
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this... He's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself.
I may need to
Stanley
turn
is as
off
awake right now
Zavolto,
as he's ever
because the
been
way I
in
had
his
this set up
life.
right now is different from what I would usually
Now, hearing
do.
the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make them... Voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
He's talking a lot.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Yeah?
Everything will be fine.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I am okay.
I'm not.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Yeah?
This
Interesting.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Huh? I'm a woman now?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this
I'm fucking
particular
dead.
day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much
Hi,
she
Amber.
knew.
I fucking
Everyone
died.
knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane.
Don't call me a
in
loser.
control
I'm just a little guy.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of
Don't
her
call
would
me a
affect her
loser. I'm just a
career,
little
by
guy. Fuck
extension,
you.
the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She fucking ran? Like, booked it? Like, thank you for contributing to the Bottle Sneak Peek Challenge. Well, here we are again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Low-key, all while he was monologuing, I was fixing the weldo. So it should work now? Properly? Hopefully? I think. Let me check. No, it doesn't want to work. I don't know why. So we're gonna turn off the world for right now. Wish I could fucking sprint. I want to book it down the
When
halls.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Listen, I'll
Feeling
follow
the
your
weight of
directions right
disbelief,
now.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Why he got such a fucking bougie office? Why he got his own bathroom? Ooh. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse, huh? That's kind of illegal. Your shitter sucks. It looks funny. What the fuck? What the fuck? Elevator. We're going up. And swanky music. I know it's like just fucking stock music, but you know, swanky. This is a long fucking elevator ride. Okay, so we didn't go anywhere. Is this how you get your sick kicks? A fake elevator? Ah. Open both of the doors. Hi!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2, 8, 4, 5. I'm the boss.
Yet incredibly, by simply
I'm the
pushing
boss.
random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
Ah,
code.
it's dark!
By sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
No. This is my new home now. Yeah. Yippee! Where's the elevator music for this one? Huh? Let me hear the swanky music!
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question
Your
would
mom.
not go unanswered for long.
What the fuck? Bye, Amber!
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, escape is cool and all, but mind control facility. MK Ultra? I'm gonna press the button!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Here, Mom. If I get to press more buttons, I'll happily find out. Beep.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Remember, eat the rich.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the
Doubt.
only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yay!
He refused
Elevator!
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind?
Well, I can't
to the
fucking see right
world?
now, so I'm pretty blind.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert
5.
its terrible power over another human life.
I'm gonna go press the buttons
For
in order.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
3. 1. 2. 3. 'Where's the 4 button at? Oh, it's up there. I can't go up there. What the fuck? What was your amazing ad, Amber?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible
You
place
will pay!
and to everything it stood for.
This is the most threatening YouTube suggestion I've ever gotten. I'm cranky because you will pay, aren't you?
Who's it trademarked by? Who is Taco Tuesday trademarked by? Wyoming-based food restaurant Taco John's. So they're just going after another restaurant, is what you're telling me. A smaller restaurant that isn't even, you know, national. Taco Bell, that's kind of an L move, not gonna lie. I have never seen a Taco John's in my fucking area. Yeah, you have it there. We don't got it here, I don't think. But I can find at least 3 Taco Bells within a 10-mile radius of me. 20-mile. The Wyoming-based food restaurant Taco John's was granted a trademark for Taco Tuesday in 1989 and has defended against other restaurants using the phrase. Individual franchise of Taco John first started using the term in the late 1979 and early 80s, with an Indiana franchise being the first. Is it mostly your area? Is it mostly Midwest? No, it's in Americas. Taco John's locations. Can I get a map of all the Taco John's places? That's actually a very small amount of restaurants in the country. God. What the fuck? Ugh. Where the fuck is Wyoming on a map? Ah.
Blackness.
The closest one
and a
to me
rising chill
is
of
closer to
uncertainty.
Maryland.
Was it over?
There were none in Florida.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere
That I
moments
definitely don't
away.
consider that national
And yet,
by any
even
means.
as the immense door slowly opened,
It's all condensed in like a
Stanley
specific
reflected on
area,
how
you
many
know?
puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he
Deserves
been
what,
freed
getting
from the
sued?
machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand.
It's a fucking restaurant. Who cares?
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Amber Damos knows Taco John himself.
Will be his. And that was
Amber
all
Damos
he
versus
needed.
Taco John.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Amber Damos has beef with Taco John. This is...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
Taco John is
possibility
a
of the
bad
new
ex to
path before him.
to Amber Damos.
This was exactly
Real.
the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley...
Amber Damos, Space God, has a strenuous relationship with Taco John. Taco Man. I did it! I beat the game! Happy Pride Month! Amber didn't have a good relationship with Taco John.
All of
Ah.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
It just
a
still
wave of
feels weird that
disbelief,
Taco Bell,
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
a food company with way more reach and way more restaurants than the other
Stanley just couldn't do it.
than the
He considered
other
possibility of facing his
competitor
boss,
is
admitting
going
he had left his post
after the
during
smaller
work hours.
competitor
He might be
because
fired for
Taco
that.
Tuesday.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close?
Well, no, yeah, I agree
automatically
that Taco
behind him
John should
wherever he
relinquish
went?
it.
And
But
for that
like,
matter, these rooms were
why
starting to
sue
look
them
pretty
over it?
familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Just have it
No,
revoked.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
It's kind of like
Dreaming!
I think I'm just going through the same ending again. But like, Seribot, how did Seribot jump? I think a weirder trademark to be sitting
All
on
his co-workers
is
were
the
gone.
patent
What
of
could it mean? Stanley
virtual
decided to go
spaces
to
with
the
virtual
meeting.
avatars.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There is just one dude who made one of those
Stanley
types of
came to a
games
set of two
who is
open
just
doors.
sitting on
He
that
entered the
patent.
door on his left.
And every time he sees somebody else like make a new game like that, so say Roblox, IMVU, Gaia Online, even World of Warcraft, anything like that, he gets to get a patent money
Yet
from
there
it.
was not a single person
So he
here
just sits
either.
on it for the free money.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
And it's just
Stanley
one
decided
dude.
to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
Oops.
Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Am I just not
But
allowed
his
to move
attention was
forward
caught
knowing
by
the
a
password?
keypad behind the boss's desk.
Fucking
What
bitch
could its
ass.
purpose
Let me
be?
help. Let me do
In
it.
fact,
Let me
this
do it.
keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845.
Oh, I was wrong.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
Let me
code
out.
by
Let me
sheer
out.
luck.
Let me out.
Easy.
Whee!
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Beep, beep, beep. Listen, listen. Amber, did Taco John, like, insult you when you guys were dating? Like, is that what happened? What happened? Do you need to talk about it? We're here for you, buddy.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
I'm going back up.
Silly. Why
Can we get
did
much
Stanley do
higher?
that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
You could just get food from an actual taco place.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Well, that's your family's out now, isn't it? You definitely could have found a different taco place. I'm just saying. Nah, you definitely could have found a small hole-in-the-wall place, you know?
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Yes. Yes, Amber. Do you need to have a fucking tour of my fucking town? The biggest thing we got here is a fucking Walmart. Anyway, I'm going back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office
Amiac
again?
Walmart
Oh boy,
moment?
It's the boss's office this time. The suspense is killing me. Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Amber lurking like a coward.
This absolutely
Coward!
changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Ah!
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
I will fight you! Come at me! You think I'm afraid to fight you? Bitch!
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Just like your mom! Anyway. I broke him. I broke the narrator. Get fucked, idiot.
You know what?
Oh, he's talking again. Hey, baby.
Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
You want to be here with me
There we
longer?
go. Isn't this so
Well,
much more exciting? You know, Stanley,
pokes
it
fingies
seems
together?
like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started.
He just
Where's
wants
the
to be with me
tension?
for a little
Where's the
longer,
trust
you
in the
know?
audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really
I can show you an exciting narrative.
You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why...
That you shouldn't do
I
that.
didn't mean to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize...
Listen, if you're looking up to me, that's a
impact you have on
problem.
them. This is
You're
the
probably
kind
on the
of
ground
gesture
trying
that
to
might
get back
be a
up, and I keep stepping on
tremendous
you.
impact on them for the better.
I am
right.
quite short. It's pretty. I don't know.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference...
No, I
should
want to
be
go back
just around
down.
the corner here somewhere.
Son of a bitch. I don't like her face. World peace, baby?
Ah, Yes, here it is, just through this door.
Nah, I'm going back. Can't make me. Can't make me go. Let me back in. Let me back in there. Let me in. Let me. Ooh. Come on, let me slide down. Stanley, you're a twink. You can do it. Okay, fine.
All right,
Go!
are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself.
My
and
boss.
Speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Yeah?
Okay, it looks like they're ready
Proud
for
of
you.
me?
Go get them.
Is there a golf ball here? You know we like golf. Yay! It's all about me, baby! I'm the expert storyteller! Hello! I'm going back! Aw.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Yep.
In here, I
Nothing
can
can
be
touch me
happy
here.
Forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability
Couldn't be
to
that
tell.
long. It's
But
fine.
the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually,
what?
someday, they would arrive.
They're
Soon,
what?
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
It's what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Listen, it's not my fault he said come so many times.
Yet there was
And
not a
arriving.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Well, fuck
so he
you.
relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
know about this one, Chief.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Well, now I just feel more anxious. Ew.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Escape!
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I sure hope I do.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Hello, Mono. Welcome back.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly
I'm holding
confront his
W.
death.
I'm holding W. Yippee! Woohoo! Woo! Just like Minecraft.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the
Pochita.
real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and
I don't know about that one,
accepted
Chief.
this
Blind people
violent
can still,
end
you
to
know,
his brief and
at least
shallow
slightly
life.
see light coming through.
Farewell, Stanley.
Do it, you won't. Told you.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
Hi, ma'am.
Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body.
I sure
killing
hope it
him
does.
Instantly.
Oh. You promised me I would be crushed. What the fuck, lady?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Ow.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was
computer.
already dead from the moment he hit start?
What do you mean I was dead from before the moment I hit start? No more. I won the video game. I'm the video gaming. Warzone. Uh-huh. Apartment timer? Wait so patiently. Okay. Venting? I could be venting? I could be sus. vote pink. I'm the engineer. Over there. Don't vote pink. I may have vented, but I promise you, I can guarantee you, I am absolutely the engineer. Watch this. See? Why are there chains on the back?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish
That's
to be
my
free.
boyfriend you're talking about!
Can you see? Can you
No.
see how much they need one another?
I'm actually quite blind
No,
right now.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose
Do it.
for you. Don't let...
Yeah! Fucking dead! It's what I wanted all along. Fucking death. Anyway, let's go.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yippee! I'm on a roller coaster! I'm gonna sit down.
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting
Don't inject it.
content
That's
that
not
grows
nice.
and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
New content! New
Oh, this
content!
sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
New content! New content! New content!
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Absolutely!
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content! 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 Oh, content!
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yeah! I have a jump! Aww. Aww.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping.
Aw, you're
Is
being
this not part
pessimistic.
of exciting new content?
Quit being pessimistic about it. Come on, come
And I
on.
could just read you
This is
the whole
great.
dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
I'd like that.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I'd enjoy
now with
that.
over
Do it.
1,000
You won't.
hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very
Meow.
good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated
Yay.
and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Twitter?
It's my fault, Stanley.
Why
I built
Twitter?
up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
Good
If you're
job,
still
Amber.
with
I'm
me,
so proud of
why
you.
don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yeah?
What do you
You
say,
and me?
friend?
Then play it. What's stopping you? Ooh. Mr. Narrator Man? Where you at? Mr. Narrator?
Psst. Stanley, come over here.
What if I
In
don't?
The vent. I want to show you
I'm
something.
not a sussy little baka. Okay, maybe I am. See, just kill them. You know?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Yeah, Amber? Yeah, it does that sometimes. OBS is a little funky like that sometimes, yeah. Oh my god, so we're gonna live together, Mr. Narrator? Is this our home now?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
But I want to go explore the wilderness. Let me out. Let me out!
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
Video games.
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Man. Chunky old Steam client, huh? 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved worlds. The Washington Post. Researchers identified 24 words whose sound and meaning have survived past 15,000 years. 6 components of a great corporate culture. John Coleman, Harvard Business Review. Business bloggers at Harvard Business Review discuss a variety of business topics, including managing people, innovation, leadership, and more. He took a picture of my back. What a weirdo. $1? Me first $1. Hello, Vex. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Don't play for 5 years. Why does he have a picture of my corpse? Come on now. What do you mean I can't sit on the fucking bench?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
I am a
like
drawing.
The stunning triumph
I'm
of
adorable.
games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Can it be Animal
It was
Crossing?
literally every game ever created.
Ah,
It was
thank
Skyrim.
you.
It was
I am
Persona 3.
very
It was
adorable
all of
and
them.
beautiful
now
all the time.
It's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, what about it? I like elevator content. Anyway, I'm moist now. Swim, 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 swim. Portal? Memory zone. I want to go on the memory zone maintenance. Yeah, Melon? I'm not surprised. You probably want to get your ass wet. I'm sorry. A smiley button. French.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone.
Just like me, for real, for real.
Time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Thought he was gonna say like beloved video game nerds, which honestly wouldn't have been surprising by any means. I want to go in there. I want to go into Serious Room 2013. Fuck.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
About that.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
They're being so mean to the narrator. Come on now, don't be like that. Why can't we read the positive reviews? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While
Nude
the idea
is
of the
chaff.
game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
I don't think so.
You can tell me if
Maybe?
I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Moist.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
Just hold
I
W,
wish
it's
there was
fine.
A skip button. A skip button? Well, yes.
Oh, well, there
Yes, I
that
think we
goes.
can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then
You're
maybe
hugging
letting you
me?
skip ahead
Ooh.
for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
Oh.
Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today. And it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Are you sure about that one, Chief? I'm fine with listening to your voice.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll
No.
pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well,
No,
don't
I'll
sit
let you
around
talk.
waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 240.
Keep going.
That the logic of elimination working
Keep going,
backwards,
buddy.
the deduction
You got
therefore
this.
becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billion... Inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245.
Keep going.
That the logic of elimination working
Keep
backwards,
spitting.
the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only
spitting.
thing there is.
Keep spitting.
How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say,
The story and the choices,
He's
or
spitting.
what have you, and therefore
Kinda
by
gotta
becoming
pee.
it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No,
Keep spitting,
no,
keep
until
spitting.
245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only
This game was
thing
made
there
for me
is.
to just
How
sit
many
here and
billions
listen.
left until so much more than forever ago, which is why I say
Like Smack That
the
Sunday.
story and the choices,
Smack that
or what
all
have
on
you,
the
and
floor.
therefore,
Smack
by
that.
becoming it
Give
is,
me
so
okay.
on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time.
Fine.
At which time,
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and
No, you just kept
mental
repeating the same thing over and
ruminations
over
on the
again.
nature of choice
And I
in
felt
video
bad.
games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were,
Milk that
or will
all
be
on
at the
the
time of
floor.
having
Milk
made
that.
said choice.
Give me
That
some
is to
more.
say,
Milk
if by
that
articulating
till
a
you
choice
get
you've
sore.
already
Milk
made,
that.
you bring that choice into
Ah,
being,
no.
then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made in fact make you more not
Hi,
this
Amber.
kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I
What do
think
you
the
mean,
circle of
Fat
one
Frown?
has
I'm the one who
slapped a
started it.
treatise
Come on
label
now.
this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with
A
ambition
mouthfeel,
and
you
history.
say?
Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here
Why would
all
you flip me
day.
upside
Okay,
down?
look,
That's not very
I
nice.
have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other.
I mean,
in which case the word I'm not
mouthfeel,
sick
you
of
know.
shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise.
Yeah, so
manifesto.
true.
Treatise, manifesto.
A fat frown would be a fat smile if you turned it upside down.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the
Treatise.
power of the button.
Manifesto.
The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review.
A real Cookie 9 right now.
Situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll
Amber doesn't like the treatise and manifesto. What the fuck, dude?
Change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more
Cookie 9.
beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
How y'all feel about Taco Bell? Plant. What are y'all gonna do for dinner tonight? Like, well, are you guys having something tasty? Something you don't usually eat? Are you guys having? Are you guys having something planned? Yeehaw! How's it going, yeehaw, buddy? How you living? How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Yeah. Treatise, manifesto.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
My door is
That
gone.
last one was, well,
That was my
I want to
emotional
say
support
maybe
door.
30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's
Ramen's
really only so
good.
much
I
can
like
ramble
ramen.
on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here?
Yeah, you got
Where
into my
did the
fucking door.
go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
Can I have my door back,
How else would
please?
we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room
I don't
without
think
a
either.
door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to
A crack, you
please
say?
step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe
Uh-oh.
just ram your way through?
Amber, how did you lose your
Is there
overlay?
any
Come on
possibility
now.
that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking
I'll work
you
on
to
that.
work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Okay, you do
know
that,
how
buddy.
Exactly to remove a
I'll
door
keep
and
working on
place it in a
this.
different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
I'm so good at following directions. I'm so good at doing what I'm told. I am so good at following directions. I promise. I'm so good at following directions. I am a masterclass at following directions. I am so fucking good at following directions. Ah!
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no
Well, maybe
idea
something good
how
will
long
happen.
I'll
You
be
don't know.
made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise.
Button.
Oh my God.
I like pressing
And
button.
it's all because of those reviews.
I like pressing
Those
button.
reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was
Button.
it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
I know you don't.
It never really matter, but here I am. I'm fixating
It's okay, buddy.
on every
We all
tiny
get angry about
negative
Hank
thing
comments
that anyone
sometimes.
ever
It's
says
fine.
about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made
It's okay, little guy. We all get upset when somebody is mean to us sometimes.
Serve. For whose benefit is this? And here I am now,
Your
stuck
mom.
in a room, waiting for you to press this button. To become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it and that I'm going to be stuck all alone.
I mean, I can always
and
just
that I
not
have the
press
power
it,
to
you know?
prevent
I'm
all
listening to
from
you talk
happening
right now.
If only I'd held my tongue.
Why do you always
All
assume
out
that
of
I'm just
my
gonna press the
control now.
button? Do you have
Just
so
you.
little faith in me?
Just
Come on
your
now,
decision
narrator man.
As to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again.
God, you
leaving
have
me
no
here.
faith
And
in
surely
me.
You'll put your own
This is why we
desire
can't be in
to
a
see
relationship,
what's
Mr.
next
Narrator
ahead
Man.
of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved
God,
by
you're
my
so
howls
fucking
of fitful
needy.
anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, no, no. I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't
Are you
ignore
really?
the
Did you really just
negative
cut
feedback.
yourself off
Why
to
was it
continue
so
your fucking
important
little
for me to
spiel
fix
about,
the
oh
problem?
my God, I
Why
shouldn't
did
have listened to the
Cookie
fucking
Nine's
Steam
opinion
reviews?
matter
That's
so
not
much
my
to me?
problem.
I've
You're the one who
never
got
even
angry
met
about
Cookie
it. Stop
Nine.
trying to
I
blame me.
have
I'm just gonna
no
press the skip
idea
button again
who they
because
are.
you think I will.
Would it ever really matter? But
Also, I'm
here
only
I
gonna
am.
place the
I'm
skip button again
fixating on
because you keep
every
repeating what
tiny
you're
negative
saying.
thing that
Motherfucker,
anyone ever
just
says
find a
about
goddamn
me.
door.
The merest mention of... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button.
And what about
That's
it?
what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing
Hello,
that
butt
I
clown,
needed
how
to
you
know
doing
that
today?
Someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need,
Are you gonna make a
and
fire?
God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that
I'd like a
someone
fire.
else is taking it in. These words
I like
I'm
burning
saying,
things.
I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe
Fire!
I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all
Fire!
along? Perhaps-
Dancing in September,
Perhaps
fire.
I've been scared this whole time. That if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed.
Well, you keep
by it.
repeating the same thing over and over
I
again
can't
because
be
you just
taken
like
by
fucking loop
Stanley.
around. I don't know
can't
what you want
lose
from me.
myself in a stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press
You're
that
only
button,
programmed to say
you're
so
still
much.
right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying.
Yeehaw!
I can
Dancing
tell
next to
that I am becoming
Amber,
less and less
yeehaw!
weak. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of.
Strokes?
To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Said come. Is Dork.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
About
I
us?
had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
Yeah.
To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a
I really want to
single
press the skip button right now,
In that
just to see what will
instant,
happen if I cut him
could
off.
see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known.
He
It
found
was a
Jesus.
space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events.
He offered
Not if
Jesus
all
his
events
heart
existed in
instead
the
of
same
me.
moment, and I felt
What the fuck?
I felt
On Pride
unburdened
Month?
by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment. Both
Hey, isn't this just
singular
Click?
and infinite.
Like the
For
entire
longest
plot of
time,
Adam
this
Sandler's
was my
Click?
experience. And then this moment passed, and the most
Like the skips become
unyielding
longer
fear
and
I have
longer
ever
each
known
time.
crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid, as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can
Arrival?
only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
What, they just want me to sit here? And I can go pee. Okay, here's the plan. I'm gonna go pee really quick, and we're just gonna sit here like he wants. That's all he wants from us. He wants us to just fucking sit here, right? So I'm gonna go piss, and we're gonna sit here. We're gonna sit right here, and we're gonna wait. And if he says nothing, it's his own fault. Right? Right. Right? Right. Right? Right. So it's kind of looking to me like he's not saying shit. I am not slightly moist. I am very dry. It's fine. I sat with him for such a long time, and he killed the plant. Yeah? What's going on out there? Is he just not gonna talk to me? Okay, so the fan's broken. Narrator man? Mr. Narrator? Are you there? Are you there, Mr. Narrator? Did I piss him off? Did I piss you off, Mr. Narrator? Oh no! Get me the fuck out of here! Hello, butt clown.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time.
Get it all out. Go on.
If someone wants it, then it's a crime
it's
not
fine.
to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives.
You got this.
It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention.
I gave you plenty of time, motherfucker.
Away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down.
I need therapy.
What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste
Okay,
the
Grandpa, let's get you back to bed.
How good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think. To feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison, perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
Okay, so he's on this again.
Entertain us. It wasn't enough.
Are you done? Are you finished your tantrum now? Like, are you good? Did you have a snack? Did you have some McDonald's? Oh, it's true. Janae, why aren't you talking? Oh, why is my enable? Janae decided to just not talk, apparently. Crazy. Here you go. I'll give it a second. So I guess he's over with his tantrum. He's taking a nap now.
I need my own game.
Good job, Janae. Took you a while.
The end is never the end, 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 is never
Is never the end.
Is never the end.
Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the
Janae, are you okay?
Never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end.
Is never the end. Is never the end.
Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end.
Anyway.
Never the end. Is never.
Ew, it's getting really wet. There's gonna be water damage. Ew. Ew, the water damage. Black mold. Well, we can get out now. Maybe.
That 'tis not water.
Well, what is it? Are you trying to say it's piss? We can get out now. Look. If I could just grab onto the pipe. I could just climb out, you know? There's daylight. But also there's bugs. Pretty! Look, it's Prickles Cactus! We have food! Oh. What happened to my plants? Just like home. Oh. I didn't like that. I can get out! Mr. Narrator? Are you there? Oh, now we're pressing the button, I guess. The end is the nether. Oh. Ah! The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Mr. Narrator, are you back?
Co-workers were...
Oh, he's back.
Wait, no, this isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
427? That was my office, wasn't it? Do I go down the new content road again?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Uh-huh. Show me, buddy.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Uh-huh. I think he's lost
Calling
it.
it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Uh-huh. 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 Are you good, buddy?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Are you good, my guy? Like, do we need to talk about it? Do we need to go to therapy together? Like, I think we need to go see a therapist. I think the comments got to you a little too hard. Why is there a bus inside of the building?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
I think he took it to a little too hard. That guy up there is depressed. Please, no screenshots, no promises.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Okay.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
Fuck you two, then.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Well, because I don't need a bus in my barn. The jump circle!
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well.
Just give me more jumps!
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
What the fuck? Fuck you two then. I don't fucking know what you want from me. Y'all want to take a picture with in front of the Stanley Parable, whatever the fuck this is, the number 2? Patented 2? Is that supposed to be a new me? Why does it look like a fucking metaverse avatar? Facebook metaverse. It looks awful. Change it. Thank you. Send tweet. Collect them all. Do I get to collect glowy circles?
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
It's mine now!
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What's wrong with that? I don't mind that. I like collectibles. Free achievement. Pull the lever. Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Can I just go inside the machine? Okay, bye. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not here to 100% this game. Funnier if I don't. I want to know what the infinite hole's about.
What else? What other exhibits
I like
haven't we
holes.
seen yet?
Every hole's a goal, baby. Where's my hole at? I would like to witness the hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm
Yeah.
truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
Why
This
do
is
you
in fact
dislike me?
A hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
I'm
You can
going!
fall until the
Yeah,
end of
let's
time,
go!
if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
It's great.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No, I'm good.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
No, I'm good.
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? There's no bottom, right? Said there's no bottom. You were very concise about there being no bottom.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Ow!
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Oh, you
I'm
mug.
a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Uh-huh.
What normal person actually
Also, I like
wants to
holes.
fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
I think it should be
If that
infinite,
works for
infinite. You know?
Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
No.
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
No, I'm gonna stay right here. This is my hole now. This is my hole. My hole now. You gave me a hole, and it's my goal to stay in it. You can't just give me a hole and expect me to not to just come out, you know? I like being in holes. My hole. My hole. I like this hole. I get a mug in this hole. I get cigarette butts to chew on. I get some funny papers. I got just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. See, I've got my mug and I've got my cigarette butts. I can live here forever. It's fine. It's all good. Okay, fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
What if I just,
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before.
I sure did. My cigarette butts are still here, too.
I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay, I'll go back up.
I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
Yeah, I am.
If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only
That's
not
what I'm
infinite,
saying.
but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability
That's what
and marketing.
I'm saying.
What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
It is not.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Where are you
Get
going?
to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
At least give me
Take
the
care,
jump
Stanley.
circle.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
No, baby, come back. I'm sorry. I love holes so much. Baby, come back. Narrator? Sweetie? Honey? Down the hole. It's like the ring. Change my perspective. Oh, fuck yeah. 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 Cinematic as fuck, baby. Fine boom. Fine boom. Fine boom. Fine boom. Fine boom. Whoa. Dinosaurs! Puppy! Oh. Oh. Oh no, not the error.
Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you
It
to
is
be wide
fascinating.
awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a
I
single
want to go back in.
moment.
Let me back
So
in. Shut the
how
fuck up. Let me
about
back
if I
in.
just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole.
I am focused
From
on the
looks
whole
of things,
bitch.
you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
British. Toodlepip. We're going back in, baby! Let's go! Aw.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, yeah?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm doubtful. Let's go.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Hello, my
Okay,
name is
here we
Jim.
go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply
Taxes.
become a person named Jim.
Hello.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim.
Let me get into
falling in
character.
love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Let me get
Do you
into
feel it
character.
deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I'm trying
If
to
so,
method
then
act
please
here.
Step forward and press the button.
Are you done? Okay. Hello, my name is Jim. I'm a middle-aged white man with a loving wife and family who I definitely do not plan on leaving in the near future. Let me press this funny little button here, cause I hate my life.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
I definitely don't want to think about murdering my wife in her sleep.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I am a heterosexual white man who is over 5 foot tall.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person
I am
can
a cowboy.
be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
Hey,
soon
hey,
you'll
hey,
start
hey.
to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No, I'm a heterosexual white man with a wife and kids. Man.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Settings.
Come now,
You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
I didn't choose badly. You're just a bitch.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket...
Thank you, Melon. Very cool.
Calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Okay, can I add the bucket?
You long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect
He said ass.
solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket. I know.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket
You think I'm
seem to go on and
attractive?
on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, I have a free bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Can I go back to being Jim now? Why are you like this? Ah. I've gotten the bucket, I've gotten the collectible. This is an exit, but I can't go there yet. The hole is over there, which is my favorite part.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Whose purse is this? Can I have it? Oh, this looks like a better hole.
What do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I have a bucket! And I'm looking at a hole that I want to jump into again.
Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah? Oh.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold
Jumps!
on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot
Oh,
of
the
gaps.
jump circles with the
And I
hole
do very
now.
much enjoy creating
Gym
games, but they
button!
don't add up to anything.
Oh.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect.
Yeah, that's what we did
With
before.
care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
The Stanley Parable
Let me see if I
2.
can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
I'm waiting. Ah! Where's my bucket? Oh. Hello.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
That's me!
Stanley worked
I'm not a
for
man,
company
but you
in a
know.
big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I did?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
2! Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley.
Ah, Sky!
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves
I gotta
the
give a
bucket.
shout to Sky!
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
That was a little crazy. You were just standing behind me there. Oh, how'd you get this?
My bucket.
Oh my god, this,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the
this
bucket walked
screenshot.
upstairs to
Oh,
the
it's
boss's office.
Sky.
So good. Oh my god. Taking a nap.
That's
Goodbye, Gertie.
really
Need any
funny.
help with Fatalis? What kind of help are we talking about?
Found one of them. One of
Because
the
if you're gonna
miniature
offer to carry
Stanley
us, no,
figurines.
because we have a full
Remember,
team.
no reward.
That is
for
true, we do have a
all of
full
these,
Look at the
only
screenshot,
the
new ones.
intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
How
buy
are you
that
today,
sort of happiness,
Sky?
Stanley. God knows I've tried. So,
I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Figurines, collectibles. You're EPSCP? Oh, I can't open this door anymore. I know there's something in there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
2,
not an indication of
8,
human life.
4,
Crushed by the weight
5.
of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Definitely.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The
Was
bucket definitely knew.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Collectible!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know,
EV
there
and
really must be a
CP need to
snappier name
CP.
for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about...
Oh my god,
Stanley?
Sky's gonna go live today? Ooh, Sky stream, Sky stream! We never get one of those! The missile is very tired. Did this always go down? I thought it went up. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks! Sky might stream today!
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is
The
here
fox
for
is
you,
EP
Stanley.
and CP.
Everything will be fine.
Bucket. I'm going up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
3?
The bucket said nothing.
3? New me's. I want to press number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over... Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
I'm having time of life, yeah.
Expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
What if I never have enough of number 3? Okay, fine, I'll go. Boring ass narrator. Bitch ass narrator.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3.
Oh, I love pressing that button. Absolute thrill of this game of pressing the goddamn 3 button, you know?
No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me.
Exactly.
You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see.
You gotta
Feel
see
the
number 3.
happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
We gotta go and get the number 3 button. It's our friend. It's our partner in crime.
Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Now why would I do that when I could do this? Watch this bucket. You're gonna love this one.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Uppies.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
I don't think I want to do that.
On what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
What am I, a politician? The fuck?
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Come on, Bucket, we got this. Number 3, right?
There was no one here.
Oh.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment,
I'm not a failure.
The bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Aww. I could at least have had 3 people show up, you know?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered.
We're walking here. Huh? Crush the completionist instinct? Oh. Uh-oh. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both blue and red.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Aha!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think,
Figlies?
Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic
Figlies.
sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it.
Figlies.
I'm sure it will come to me.
I'm not going there. I know what happens if I go there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm not being gaslit, it's fine. The bucket and me are friends, and then me and the narrator are gonna get married next week. Nod, nod.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh. Button.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Aww.
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Kisses the bucket ever so sweetly and softly.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
I sure hope
Had
not.
The bucket been told to do
This is my
things
bestie.
it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
No!
his own life in someone else's control.
Fire?
Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
Woo!
And the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
But you know what? On!
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Birds!
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Silly birds. I like this bird. Oh my god! Birds! This bird.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Oh my god, look at those
The mind controls
birds!
were only a facade. to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
These are silly
Stanley and the
birds.
bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Yeah.
Of all the possible paths his life could
Oh my
have
god, that's a good
this
one.
was surely the best.
Look at that Mr. Chunker.
Stanley was happy.
Chunky bird. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, it's over again? Stretchies. Wah. You ever stretch and then suddenly in your vision you just see stars? Not great. Whew. Okay, so I have been going for a little over 3 hours. I am gonna go ahead and call it here for today, because we did a lot playing Stanley Parable, and we also were able to stream pretty well without my internet going down. So hopefully I'll be able to come back tomorrow and hunt for more endings. I'm sorry, buddo. We've been going for 3+ hours, and like that's usually my cutoff time, especially when I'm a little bit sick. Like my throat is right now. But we will be back tomorrow. I will try to figure out if we can keep going and figure out if we can get more endings, or if I'm going to be stuck doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not very smart, and I'm not very good at figuring things out. But you know what? I had fun. I had a lovely time playing the Stanley Parable for the first time ever, and I hope I could play more very, very soon. As long as my internet works with me tomorrow, it should be all good. We should be all Gucci. We should be all grand. We're gonna go ahead and, today we're gonna raid, who do we want to raid today? No, we're gonna raid PP Slayer VT. Because I think their name is very funny, and I think they're very funky, fresh, and cool. Today, they're just currently doing some just chatting. I don't know how long they've been live for. 8 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna give them a really early raid. So I hope you guys don't mind that. Thank you for contributing to this model sneak peek challenge. I need to work on that some more still. So we're gonna raid PP Slayer VT. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will be back hopefully tomorrow for more Stanley Parable. And oh gosh, I forgot I muted my Opera GX. Whew. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Go get some food, go get some water, go take a nap, go brush your teeth, go take a bath if you want to, go take a medication if you need to, do whatever you need to do. Self-care is very important, and I would appreciate it if you guys took care of yourselves and made sure you were happy and fine and funky, fresh, and cool. I would like to give like a little reminder for Friday. I'm not sure if we're going to be playing Grounded this Friday or not. Because our friend Melon, Prickles Cactus, is doing a donathon for their birthday. So Friday and Saturday, Melon will be doing a funky little donathon streams. And I hope you guys will show up and go say hi to Melon and participate in some of the funky, fresh stuff they have going on. I know they're going to be starting with art first and then move into some gaming content afterwards. I'm going to raid now because my internet's being a little funky, fresh. Whoa, goodbye. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna play when we're gonna play Grounded, I should say. Like what time, if we do it all. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Go say hi to Melon on Friday too.